Guys, I'm Gee Atherton, and today we're going for a little tour around the Atherton Racing World Cup pits. So first thing you get to here, this is Ben, my mechanic, not working on my bike this week because obviously I'm not riding. But you can see the bikes get absolutely stripped back to the complete bare bones. Every last little joint, every last bearing is completely taken apart. The boys have normally been at home hammering the bikes on their own for a few weeks, so once the mechanics get hold of them, everything's stripped, everything's taken apart, everything's replaced. You can see the little toolbox. To be fair, Ben is quite good at this. Very neat, every tool there, everything he needs exactly where it should be. Not all of the mechanics are quite as tidy as Ben, but Ben's our favourite. This is Jim Munro's bike. You can see it completely stripped down, all the suspension's taken off and goes over to the Fox engineers where everything's replaced, refreshed. All the brakes are taken apart, fully bled. Anything on the bike that's scratched, scuffed, marked, all gets replaced. All the spare parts go back to HQ and the other guys use, and then for the race, the bikes are looking brand new. Over here, normally a little hangout spot. Everyone sits here, grabs some lunch, just hangs out, chills out before the race. Nobody in here at the moment because they're all on track walk, which is quite nice. It's a bit of peace and quiet. It's the only kind of downtime in the race weekend. Head down this way, Red Bull Station, probably the most important part of the pits. Over here, the bikes are on the turbos. This is where the boys warm up. So every day before practice, 10-15 minutes spinning their legs just to get their bodies moving. They do it after practice, spinning their legs. It's constantly on the bike, warming up, warming down. You've just got to make sure if it is a practice session, especially here at Fort William, it's going to be rough. You've got to be ready for it. It's going to be a big day. Over here, we've got spare trail bikes. The boys can jump on them, go for a spin in the woods, go for a little warm up. Sometimes you need to clear your head after a race, go and get a bit of a breather, jump on a bike, take off. This end is the warm-up / kit area. It always starts off the weekend quite tidy, and then by the end of the week, it's an absolute chaos. We're hidden away here, so the boys can come down here. They're in the muddy kit. It gets strewn everywhere. Massage table, jump on here. The physios come in. There's always a lot of injuries during the race weekends, so they can jump on here, have a bit of a stretch, have a bit of a limber up. Over here, probably the worst part of the pits in my opinion. This is literally just a wheelie bin full of ice water, and that's purely for warming down after the race. If you've got any injuries, you just jump in, the boys fill it with water, and you're sitting there for a few minutes and freeze. Pretty miserable really. Over here, the boys just kit, ready for the weekend, helmets, goggles, everything they need, spare shoes. You go through an enormous amount of kit on your average weekend, so you know, helmets you can never have enough of. Shoes are getting ripped up and muddy. Every time they get filthy, they'll come in here, complete strip down, fresh kit on, back up the mountain. Phil's here. Phil the chef. This chap literally spends all day, every day, making food for the race team. 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner for 15 people. What a job. Never misses a beat. So all the pits are mounted off the big race lorry here. If we come in here, we can take a look. This is into the back door, and you're into the garage area here. So this is the big garage area. This is where all the bulky stuff goes. This big lift behind me flaps down at the end of the race. All the awning, all taken down, and it's all stacked in here. And then throughout the race weekend, all of the tyres are kept up here. We have an enormous amount of them because we need mud tyres, intermediates, dries, 27, 29 for the whole team. So you can see the amount of tyres we get through. But any conditions, we're ready for them. And then down here is all the smaller parts. They use this as a bit of a workbench. Here you can see an O-chain being split apart. You can see the detail that the boys go into before a race. Absolutely every piece taken apart down to the last little spring. Literally no stone left unturned. So this whole section here is spares for the boys. Up here, this whole drawer full of bars. Down here, complete drawer full of Crank Brothers pedals. Over here, this is all the FSA parts. So much stuff, just endless kit that the boys might need, get through, spares for the year. Over here, all the suspension, all the Fox stuff. Every race goes over to Fox. The guys there take it all apart, recondition it. Any damage gets replaced. Everything's absolutely gone over with a fine tooth comb. The detail is incredible. But the World Cups are hard on the bikes, so everything has to be ready. Through here, little kitchen area. All these are the boys' lockers. In theory, all their kit stays in here. Everywhere stays nice and tidy. That hasn't happened yet. Bit of chaos going on in here. Some of them are absolutely hectic. The boys just ram everything in there. Charlie's always probably the tidiest. You can see a bit of folding going on. He's kind of got some kind of order going in there, but what happens behind that door is just, you know, you don't look into that too much. Little kitchen area. There's a microwave here to keep Lloydie happy. Up here is where the boys spend most of their time. They got the Xbox, they got the TV. The TV's meant to be for sticking the track preview on, having a look at the course, watching lines, but 90%, as you can see, they're on the Xbox with some motocross game on. Little bathroom area, you've got the shower and toilet, and then down here, this is where the mechanics stay. And this is absolutely cozy. They love it. New addition to the truck, Jack's Fortnite bedding. He never leaves home without it. Bit weird, but we let him bring it. So a pretty cool part of the pits that we haven't seen yet is the little shop area on the end. It's kind of the expo area for all the new bikes, all the merchandise. It's kind of a little area all the public can come to, have a look around, check out what's new. So this little section of the pits is where all the fresh bikes are, the bikes that haven't been hammered down the hill by the riders. Anything new goes in here, so any bikes we're launching, we can bring to events, people can come in, have a look at them, test them out. Over here we've got a lug set, you can see how the bikes are built. Over here, this is quite cool, we've got a little timeline of Dan Rach and I's journey through the sport. A couple of key moments, a few injuries on there, a couple of race wins, all the exciting stuff. So that's the full race setup, guys. Thanks for having a look around. This goes to all of the World Cups and events, so if anyone's in town, come along, come and say hello, check out the new bikes, and we'll see you guys there.